Hello, Leo. Welcome to your reading with me, Cindy. So my Palo Santo hasn't wanted to burn, but boy, the white sage sure does. So we're going to do a little white saging. It's kind of messy. Here we go. White sage. Do you feel that? Do you feel cleansed? Do you feel smoked out? I have to open the door. Anyway, so welcome to your reading. It's me, Cindy. I think I said that. All right. We're going to do a reading for you, Leo, my sweet pussycats. We are going to go into the fairies. And in the fairies, we're just going to like get a message. Totally intuitive. Just going to pull it out, see what's coming out. Also utilizing the Book of Shadows Tarot Volume 1. So it's slightly different from a regular tarot deck. So slightly different sorts of information. Oh, it's becoming a habit. Every time I start reading, a piece of wax, orthodontic wax, dislodges itself and becomes actively loose in my mouth. I was told 6 months. 6 months for the metal bars on the inside of my mouth. The braces are not, that's so easy to live with compared to the metal bars in my mouth. Last appointment last week, I said, give it to me straight, man. 2 months, 3, 4, 6. And it's just because they've moved everything so much that if they take the bars out and now just continue to fill in the gaps of the teeth, like it could risk that things haven't set. And like I'm like, just leave it. Yeah. So believe me, I am counting every day. Not really. Oh, a little bit. So, Leo, it's all about you. It is a general reading. It may or may not resonate. If it does, and you're drawn to it, there's an extended. The link to that is at the top of the description within this video. All right, let's get a first card for my pussycats. My pussycats. My pussycats. He of the fiery sword. I've never seen so much imagery before. Holy cow. All right. I need a second to assimilate all of this. There's a sword of truth that sits within you. The sword resonates from the lower. There's like a chakra area down by your knees. I don't know what that is about, but there is some sort of energetic field. Okay, it's in your legs, which is symbolizing movement, and it also is taking on the energy of like a butterfly or a moth. So it's something coming out of the darkness. And your hands are like this. Your hands are like this. And the glowing light is touching your chin. The glowing light is the truth that comes up from what gives you movement. The truth of your rebirth here. And your hands being out like this, I feel like it's almost like a sense of coming to peace, coming to terms. No, it's not like that. You have to look at the subtleties. I know I haven't showed you the card because I have to keep going with this, but I will show you the card at some point. The hands are not like this. The hands are like that. It's almost like close. You know, see the difference? The hands are like this. It's like just being open to what is. If the hands are like this, it's about to close in on something that is. That's the difference. That's the key. Now, this glow, it captures your chin. Almost, perhaps it starts to activate like a throat chakra area to speak. You stand in your own illumination. That's the easiest way I could describe that. Okay, I'll show you the card. I have my phone flipped, so I can't see the screen. I can't see what you can see. I hope it's not too shiny. Okay, hold it. You can always freeze the screen now. You can always pause the video. You can screen capture and you can zoom in. Yeah. I've never seen. Oh. This is like an alien. But it's you. You're like an alien having a human experience. And just as I said that, a bird, like a finch, just came by the window, like actually a couple feet below the feeder, and just hovered there like a hummingbird, but it wasn't a hummingbird and flew away. That was odd. This is so different. You are a different creature energetically. All these little spots, it's going to be too subtle. If you have this deck, if you don't, you could probably look it up. There's probably, I wonder if I could get a photo of it. I might try if I can get a clear shot of it and put it in the community section of my channel. Okay, because this is really an interesting message. You are a being from outer space. So you're a being from outer space, but aren't we all? Really, we all are. But you're very unique, and I've never seen a creature like this before. You have more than 7 chakras. You have more than 7 chakras. You have 2 primary chakras here. Because it's almost like, it is almost as if you have 2 sets of arms and hands. I'm sorry, I'm just telling you what I'm reading here. It's like I'm looking at your aura. I feel like I'm looking at your aura and I'm looking through your skin suit, your human suit. And I can see the shape and the figure and the energetic entity that you are. You have a main chakra, your strongest chakra, that sits, I would like to describe it in a way that people would be able to relate to based on what we've grown up knowing. Is it's like a base chakra. It's like it is your first, but it's sitting more down, almost like the shins. It's almost like the Achilles heel. Which is interesting. The Achilles heel, which I would associate in a little bit with Mercury energy, like a weakness in mercurial energy, because the Achilles heel sits just above the wings of flight of Mercury to me. But that is often depicted as the weakest point in most. And in people, because I believe it is the longest tendon. And it does incredible contraction and stretching. So it can be prone to really bad injury. I'm knock on wood for me and you for us. Okay. But you have a very strong chakra there. I don't know if I'm about to give you some information to understand yourself on a little more depth here. It's almost, okay, you know that the movie, The Men in Black? I think I only watched the first or second. I don't know. It's so long ago, I can't even remember. But you know, the guy was like the pest control dude, and he's like, because he's walking around in a corpse. He's got like this corpse body that he's squished himself into. And I believe, like when it comes out, this big cockroach with all these legs. So it's almost like your energetic force has been squished into a body that you haven't spent many lifetimes in almost. I feel like you've done more lifetimes somewhere else than here. And there's something though going on, man. It's almost like you're lighting up chakras that don't exist here, but you're kind of making them exist. So this one is really strong. This is your strongest chakra. And then there's one here. But you see, it's almost like you have 2 bodies. There's 2 hands. I would describe you as almost like insect-like. And these are wings that give me the sense of flight. So your strongest chakra. Your actual strongest energetic point sits between your knees and your ankles. There's something about that space for you. I don't know if it's your stance or how you walk. It's almost like you project movement through your knees down. You have some sort of a force. Maybe you would be a good kicker. It's really weird. I don't even get, okay, we're just going to have to keep developing this. I don't need to know why, but I'm getting this message, but this is what I'm getting. So you have a natural chakra down there. And then you have another one that feels like it sits between where these two bodies would come together. It's like a main abdomen, but you see, up here are all of the chakras that we understand, and these are little lights that are lit up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, 7. Yeah, there's 7 there. And they're the smallest. But again, actually, the first base is the strongest. You're a chakra grower. What an interesting message. You're like a chakra farmer. This is going to sound really odd, but your natural soul entity has the capacity to continuously transform based on lifetimes that you've experienced in different types of creatures. I don't know, you know, maybe you've been some other type of creature on Earth even that has chakras in different places. This is reminding me of a creature with either 4 arms or perhaps that walks on all 4s or swims with 4. I feel like I'm just sending a crazy ass message. I don't know where this is going. We got to pull out some tarot cards. Wait, what's at the bottom? Honesty. Yeah, well, I'm trying to be completely honest here. Undressing a salad. Geo, the slow. Ooh, I am slowly undressing you. Sounded funny. Honestly, I am slowly undressing you, Leo. I literally am, because I'm looking through your skin suit. I am undressing you, Leo. Honestly, undressing a salad is the other card. The undressing of a salad. You're the salad. This is complicated you. And Geo, the slow. I'm going to do it. This reading could go on for a bit. Oh, shit, you. Are you even a pixie? Are you a fairy? You're a fairy. You're a freaking fairy. You're very ancient. Okay, you're a very, very ancient soul. You're a very, very ancient soul. Some of you may be kind of relating to this and saying like, yeah, I'm more starseed. Some of you, yes. I actually think more of you are a very, very ancient entity on Earth. Now, I've always had the concept of Earth, like we think about different historical is not the word for time periods. What am I looking for? Different, you know, periods of time on Earth, you know, like the Jurassic period, the Cretaceous period, I don't know, the Palladium, no, I don't know. Anyway, so Jurassic and human. But those periods of time, like we're looking at millions and millions of years. I kind of look at them more as dimensional realities, like where you can sit in a reality. And I feel like you're a reality hopper here. And you actually, your soul comes down to establish new, you incarnate to establish new chakras. Honesty. You're working on the chakra of honesty in this lifetime. Yeah. Because this is 4 and this is 40. So they both break into a 4. They're both showing up with the same energy. And that makes sense because the human chakras in this human lifetime are all sitting way up here. This is your actual head. Like I'm holding it way back here and you're all like, I can't see that. This up here, this blue illumination. If you have this fairy deck, pull this card out so you can look at the details that I'm talking about. I am going to do my best to photograph this as good as I can and put it in the community channel. It is being illuminated from the jaw up. And look here, I really feel like there's a sense of the heart chakra, the vagus nerve, which is funny. I talked about that in Cancer. And then your throat chakra. And then you see how bright the head becomes in this picture. And it's where the illumination starts. This is almost like the jawline to me. In there, the undressing of a salad. And we're doing it slow. You're like a salad. Well, you're green. Honesty. I need to pull some tarot cards for this. Is so interesting. I just never know what the hell is going to come out. I'm getting a message. I don't know. For the masculines out there, I'm just getting you are quite a grower. Perhaps some of you are showers. I don't know. But this sword is also coming in as something else right now. So anyways, we're just going to leave that with that. So, he of the fiery sword. The 5 of Cups. The 6 of Air. So you're moving away. You are moving away from things that, have been kind of disappointing. Haven't been working out well. Initiation, Judgment. Oh man, what are you about to do? I mean, especially this card coming in after what I just started the reading talking about. Oh. I feel like some chakras about to be turned on in you. I'm not kidding. We don't have all the chakras. Something's not right here. Everything changes and evolves. And I feel like somehow you're part of that here on Earth. There's different chakra energies that are not being acknowledged. You hold them. Oh, Leo, aren't you always that? The 5 of Earth, the 5 of Pentacles. Trying to cross over a dangerous body of water where no bridge is located. I kind of feel like that's what this reading is. Like what I'm trying to do. I almost feel like I'm bringing out information that has no basis anywhere. So it's almost a concept that's hard for others to grasp. It's hard for me to grasp. Now I'm starting to see it, that you have a strong chakra that isn't recognized, isn't seen. So it's almost as if there's a part of you that you feel like, and maybe it doesn't show up, like you don't feel it down in that area. I'm really getting something about your knees, almost like your knees to your feet. I don't know what it is, but maybe it's different for each of you. And maybe you feel freedom and movement. Maybe you have busy legs. Actually, that's funny that I would say that. Because my stepdad was a Leo, and he would, he was getting overtired, or I don't remember what it was, but his legs, he had to move his legs. It would drive him nuts. So that's really weird. So there's something about your legs, Leo. This is a chakra down there that isn't seen. It's almost like we've just said that there's chakras that exist in our body. Now, I want to say something else too. If any of you have suffered some sort of an injury, like in the Achilles tendon area, in the knees, in the ankles, even in the foot, even if some of you have had like some sort of major surgery down in those areas, what part of the body does Leo? Okay, Aries, Taurus. I don't remember. It's weird. It can't be that far down. This reading is really, it's almost like it's too much information coming in. Okay, if you've ever had an injury in any of those areas and it feels like it's affected you in ways that it shouldn't have, this is because this is a chakra area for you. I'm just getting this. It's a chakra area for you in that spot. I feel like you get empowerment from movement, from being able to move. It doesn't feel healthy for you to be sitting for too long, to be laying around for too long. Yes, you will like to do that, but you need to get up and you need to move. And it's almost like that chakra. It's like kinetic energy. You got to start feeding it. You have to start feeding it. You know what? I know what I need a different deck. I know what I need. I need the Starseed deck because there's some kind of deep shit information trying to come out through here. And it's beyond my capacity to see just intuitively. But I mean, too, with this Judgment card, you're being called to something here. And I feel like it's having the capacity to pass over a troubled body of water where no bridge is located. It's connecting with a soul group. Can you please tell me more about who the hell Leo is here? Who is Leo? Who is Leo? Because I think this has something to do with your soul's journey and connecting with the soul group. Who is Leo? Please tell me who Leo is. This energetic depiction of them, and he of the fiery sword. He of the fiery sword. I remember soul plan, the fated life versus the destiny life. That's exactly what is going on here. Honestly, I'm undressing you. I'm supposed to be undressing like how you see yourself. Even if this reading, if anything about this reading, it's meant to undress you in terms of, you know, not like naughty, well, maybe, but not like it's who you see yourself as, like as human, to look beyond being human, to bring your concept there, because this is, I remember soul plan, the fated life versus the destiny life. It's like all these chakra lights coming up again. And this card here, like, it's going to be hard to see because it's very dark. There's little gnomes on this side of the waterfall and little gnomes on this side of the waterfall, right? And that's what I feel like is the problem, is the issue, is getting like that bridge that doesn't exist to allow this to happen. But it has to have something to do with you remembering what your destiny is. No, you being triggered to remember initiating your soul's plan for your destiny once you hit your fated path. That's where we're going here. Whew. Once you hit your fated path, meant to trigger your soul's plan for your destiny, how you're going to proceed forward. A new earth, it's happening. Keep holding the vision. Wow. It's happening. Keep holding the vision. This is what this whole thing is about. I mean, what I'm talking about here is an entity that's beyond my comprehension. I almost feel kind of funny like doing this reading because I'm not even sure what I'm conveying, but I'm conveying some sort of information that I feel like will perhaps be understood by some of you, and that perhaps will be understood years from now. I don't know. But there's definitely something that you are being triggered. Like, I remember soul plan, fate, life, and destiny, and judgment. This is pretty significant. And the underline is the new earth. It's happening. Keep holding the vision. Whatever you're working on, if you feel like even that you've hit your Achilles tendon, which is your weak part, and it doesn't have to be that actual Achilles tendon, just metaphorically, your Achilles tendon, the one spot that's kind of the weakness in you, if you feel like that sits between you on some sort of fated path and how you carve that destiny, just remember, it's happening. It is happening. And I want to say that instead of a bridge being built, it's almost as if the water recedes. The bridge is always there, right? It's the surface right below the water, but it can't be attained. It can't be seen because the water is there. And it's almost like what she's standing here doing. She's standing in the water, and I almost feel like the tide is going out. So the water is receding, and she's looking in the water. The bridge is there. You just can't see it for the water. Keep on your path. Keep doing what you're doing. Keep doing what you're doing. You may be getting some sort of inclinations about why you're really meant to be here, what you're really meant to be doing, how you're meant to be showing up. I think how you're meant to be showing up is the most significant shift in creating some sort of a new earth. Because this is bringing concepts and information that I've never even heard of before forward. This feels like a huge leap, but I feel like it's almost as if to say to you that, yeah, this is like we're looking at eons and eons into the future where this is a concept that's understood. This is something that is seen, is experienced, and is in the practical lives of people, of earthlings, of whoever is here. But right now, you're unmasking this, but it can only show up like you, but your authentic self, like this honesty, undressing you and doing it slowly. It's so funny to have that. Geo, the slow. It's a slow process. Anyone can undress anyone with their eyes. Like I said, I'm undressing you in my mind. I'm always too busy trying to follow a conversation. That's what I'm saying. Let me just see if any of these help. I don't know. I'm just curious. He have the fiery sword. That sword is very fiery. Oh, the Queen of Cups. Woo! Oh, a lot of love. There's a lot of love deep inside of you, but this feels like a love that to be expressed in a way that love has not been expressed or felt before. But like bringing it forward from some sort of distant memory, even if it's not a detailed memory of, you know, where I've lived before, lifetimes that my soul has experienced on other planets or in other solar systems. It's a concept of love, though. You're a very old soul. You really are. I mean, whether you're a starseed soul and it's just your first time here, I am not getting that, though. I'm feeling more like a fairy energy out of you. Judgment. It's strength. It's your card. Step right up, Leo. It's time. Step right up. You are capable. You are capable of calming storms, tornadoes, chaos around you and keeping your cool. Storms and chaos around you and keeping your cool. That's holding the vision. This is you. This is the leader in you required right now. Is you showing up calm and collected, while there may be others around you that are kind of stormy and chaotic. It's happening now. Okay, what exactly is happening now? The way they jump in the air. Bing, bing, like Mexican jumping beans. It is! Oh, shit! Look at this. The Ten of Pentacles, the King of Swords, the Knight of Wands, and the Eight of Wands. Look at this is trying to calm that goddamn tornado. That tornado, you got it. You're good. You got it. It is happening now. Wow, there's big changes happening. This kind of has a feeling of like how you show up in your town, in your community at this time. There are truths. Yeah, there's a lot of energy of like things that have been built and structured, laws and rules that go around that. And then the passion and the desire that feeds trying to change the movement of this, trying to control it where it feels like it cannot be controlled. Now there's the danger with this. So here's the thing. The danger with this is when someone wants to come in and change this, they do so with this energy. Eventually they become this again. It happens. It's happened in every society that we live in. There isn't a society that I've ever read historically where it doesn't happen. So the sense here is you are creating some sort of change, but it's not like directly here. This is almost how I would describe the fight for power. I would describe this as like a fight for power. And that could be something much more large on a big, huge worldwide political scale. But I feel like the empowerment and the strength that we all have is how we show up day to day in our lives. And this is really like this very strong, ancient, knowing, fairy starseed soul that you are. It's about shifting power and where energy is contained and perhaps not shared. It's shifting that by how you show up. It's really shifting that by how you show up. Because it's happening now. The tornadoes are there. And there's people like this person is inexperienced. They don't know what the fuck they're doing. They're trying, they're learning, but they don't know what they're doing. I mean, the sticks are all going in a different direction. And you can see the anxiety on her face, like, it's not going well. But hello, step up. Step up. You know exactly what you need to do. You know exactly how you need to show up here. You may serve as a strength for other people's Achilles heels, Achilles tendons. Okay. The soul plan here. What is the soul plan? What's the soul plan for Leo? Oh, look at, you are meant to heal. I think you're meant to heal. Oh my God, you're meant to heal the sun. This is such an interesting message. I mean, obviously the sun within you, it's your card. It's your card in the tarot. The Nine of Pentacles. Oh, it's an interesting message. The actual sun is affected by us. Why wouldn't it be? Everything is somehow connected. Particularly in our solar system, we're all connected. We're all affected by gravitational pulls from different energies around us. And each one of us has an energetic force. It almost kind of feels like You are meant, Leo, to help create some sort of a shift. And the shift can be like an emotional shift, a how you step into your life shift, and how you live your life honestly and authentically. And it's as if, you know, doing this, if one person is affected by it and then perhaps inspired by it as well, and then they do it and so on and so forth. I mean, that really is the idea of how to invoke change, like real change, sustainable change that isn't always this around and around and around we go. Where it stops, nobody knows. Like, this doesn't really get anywhere. Now, this change, I feel like literally it creates a change in the atmosphere. Because what I see here with this sun, like, it's like healing the sun. And, you know, and on a personal level, it is healing, like, the part of you that was perhaps not truly seen. And then the enormous amount of fruit that this bears. Because the Nine of Pentacles is just, it's a wealth of prosperity. And it's like all of the fruit coming from this tree because the sun has been healed. So I feel like this is a message like on a huge collective level. And that how you affect and that dominoes forward. But personally, it is about healing the inner part of you that you've never seen before. And I think part of this reading too is to make you look at yourself and see beyond your reflection. Really, like, bend your mind and see yourself beyond your reflection. And in doing that, you can heal the sun because you can see yourself. You can see that in the reflection and still recognize yourself. And it's almost as if when you recognize yourself, then the water recedes. And if there's too much rain, you can't, like the clouds cover the sun. You can't see that. So the water needs to kind of pull away so that you can see the bridge towards your destiny. See, you have you have two sevens, the Seven of Cups into the Seven of Pentacles. This is like trying to figure out, well, how do I get that tree to produce all that fruit? Because you have to see yourself differently. You know, like, okay, this is almost like maybe being a mechanical engineer all your life. And everything has changed in your world. Your kids and your spouse or whoever, they swore that they would leave. They would all leave you if you didn't quit your job and sell the penthouse and move into the countryside and kind of live off the land. I can't do that. I don't know what to do. This is like undress yourself, like pull everything off of you that you knew yourself to be and start finding out what you're capable of. What you really, really are capable of. I mean, because I just see this as being able to juggle things that you never thought you could even handle. But even being able to juggle multiples of those. But kind of sitting here with the Seven of Cups, I don't know, where do I start with this? Because I need to get more fruit growing on this tree. This tree is not abundant here. There's not enough on this tree. It has to do with healing how you see yourself and being able to look at yourself beyond human. Because you are. You're just having a human experience here. And I feel like this is just acknowledging that what anybody tells you, regardless of, you know, how many times that's been repeated, because really, everything that we understand is our reality right now was someone's concept at some point. That's all it was. It was just a concept. It was an idea. Everything that's been built around us has just been the perpetuation of that. And then once it becomes something physical and solid, it just continues to perpetuate. It just keeps going forward. And we keep building that, and we keep believing that, and we keep making that structure. And then it becomes almost something that we cannot break down anymore in front of us. But you see, you're being asked to kind of reach inside and find that element that is that first concept, that first idea. But first, you must not look at yourself just as this human being. This is completely undressing you. This is almost true, like a dressing down. I keep hearing that word when I say undressing you, a dressing down. And it is a little bit of like pulling down the ego. Don't be so attached to what you physically see of yourself, what you've physically created. Because you are so much more. And once you realize that, then you can have true effect on what you physically are, what physically is around you in this world, in this life. Because the trees are meant to have more fruit. Your experience is meant to be more fulfilling. That was actually kind of tiring. That was a big message. Anyways, you never know where this is going. That's what I got, Leo. So it's really interesting. I'm going to go do the extended. What the hell? Until next time, be gentle with yourselves, pussycats. Bye.